Hey guys, still here. It's been a long time since I actually played Red Dragon myself. Last couple of, well, weeks or months I've been surviving on your replays. So let's see if I still know more or less what I'm doing. There's a very good chance that the answer will be less. I am awfully out of practice. I am awfully out of date with the state of the game. And I am not exactly up to snuff with all the latest tactics. So there's a very good chance that this replay, or that this actual live gameplay, is going to be utter shit when compared with what you have been seeing lately on the channel, along the lines of the ranked matches, guys pulling it back on the last possible second. Situations like those, well, you're not particularly likely to see those right here. So it's going to be interesting and probably pretty bad. Honestly, pretty bad. So if you're feeling like you're looking for something that's really high level, skip to a different video. If you want to have a good laugh and see me probably fail very bad, then stay here and let's have a fun little game. Now the deck that I've picked is a Swedish general deck, and I like this deck for all the S-tanks, as they're called, the STRV. They're really nice, nice rate of fire, mostly 15 rounds a minute. And yes, their frontal armor leaves a bit to be desired. Their accuracy is generally not that good, at least not with the 103B. And overall, they don't match up to a super heavy, but then again, they're not intended to. For super heavies, if you want to call them that, I have the STRV 121, which is basically the Leopard 2A4, I believe, with a bit of extra armor. Fortunately, I have help. I have Spect operating slightly on my left. I'm going to be operating towards Echo. And hopefully he's going to be able to help me out with the units that I need and backing up my mistakes, as there will be plenty. Now I have my reconnaissance, I have my STRV 121s, I have my infantry, I have my AA, a couple of these STRV 103Bs, 105. We should be fine. The one thing I'm missing is the ability to give orders in advance of the start of the match, which means that I will have to do this on the move. And the interesting bit, once you've played a bit of Steel Division, you get very adjusted to having that ability to either see or either get the line of sight, or to give your units orders well in advance of the start of the match. Neither of those options are in this game, unfortunately. Neither of those options are here. So we're just going to have to make do. Now the next order of business for me is going to be getting an ASF, probably a Gripen. These guys are there to just make sure that my tanks are not immediately going to get shot to shit. And I want to start saving up for a couple of mortars, the AMOS, to make sure that I can deploy smoke. Now my objective here is to secure Echo with a couple of these S-tanks. If I can do that and make sure the enemy is keeping at bay, then fine, well enough. I also want to capture this building with infantry. Doesn't have to be HGM infantry, as these tree lines are blocking their line of sight. But if my STRV 9040s can get there with the infantry, and I can capture this building, that would be nice. Unfortunately, we are already getting smirched. And so far, fortunately not taken any severe damage. You could argue it's a cheesy way to start the match, but it is a way that this arty is, I suppose you could say, supposed to be used. Unfortunately, it did cost me one of my reconnaissance vehicles. So I'm down to one recon. And we are looking at a potential helo rush. Sokols swarming out over the right flank of the map. And I think that they may have the intent of trying to neutralize our land reinforcement zone here, ASAP. So let's make sure that they don't get that opportunity. And deploy some units here. Now this is where the 103B could be really handy. Come on, buddies, spawn. Let's see if we can cut these guys off at the knees before they get the opportunity to do any severe damage here. Spect also saw what's going on here. He's coming in to help me out. Let's get a reconnaissance unit. And fast. And let's keep the rest of the column moving. Because these guys invested in helos, which means that they're weak somewhere else. The question is, where? That's what I have to find out. Okay, that was a good rocket pod salvo there. Knocking out, or at least slowing down, a couple of these units. Come on. It's a simple Sokol, it's not rocket science. Just shoot it down. Thank you. Moving on. Get the S tier F. Oh, we already have company. Back it up. Those guys might be good, but they're not immortal. Especially not against this volume of fire. So get the infantry in there. Get the tanks back. And position the defenses around here a little better. In case they want to have a second go at it. In the meanwhile, let's get a couple more units here. Mostly AA. Because my AA at the moment is rather weak. To such an extent that it's been completely wiped out. So, rather weak indeed. And we are already looking at T-80Us, Mi-17s. My S-tier V-121 has already taken a bit of damage, but is still kicking. For the moment. One of the group's Panzerskeeter in there, the other one fall back. The 121s have both survived. Knock on wood there, because it's not going to be long if they keep this up. Alright, so the Panzerskeeter are inside the building. This is good. Now I have a bit of cover here. Let's get a reconnaissance here. Let's at least get a bit of optics fast. And then, from the vehicle tab, I might be able to use one of these anti-tank weapons. The 5.51. They're nice and cheap, but the Storm completely outranged them. Avia 20A, or sorry, Avia 2B. That is going to hurt. Unfortunately, not that much for them. Bunch of Commandosi. So we can knock these guys down. Give me some transports. I need the 1940s with their autocannons. The RBS have arrived. Moving these forward. And this is going to be a real problem. Okay, so far we're alive, but that really shouldn't have been much more than that. Optics in place. There's the T-80Us again. At this point, I really don't want to pick a fight with them. Because if they get those ATGMs in, then that could be a real problem. Alright, they killed off the helo. Was that one of these? Yep, that was definitely one of those. AA. Looks like a Tunguska from a quick identification. And they know where my tank is. Let's get some recon infantry in here. Quickly, preferably. Spect looks like to be smoking, so he's going to be pushing, or at least saving, his own M1A2. He's already moving up on the left. I need to back him up with more infantry. Let's see. I might be able to use that smokescreen to get the 5.51 into a good position where I can fire the ITO. And I will need a bit more resupply for the 121 there. Now, since we're not actually facing another threat here, let's keep moving. How are we doing on the left? Looks like Rostocker has that position locked down. He's already managed to flank this position. Oh, that's Spect. With what might be Rangers or Seals. Not exactly sure yet. Let's get the infantry over there. Help out the Rangers, ASAP. Deploy the reconnaissance, and then get the helo out. Damn it. Is that the Storms? Nope, that's not the Storms. That's ATGMs there. By the looks of it, I'd say spikes. Considering the extremely fast missile speed. This one's currently getting bombed. Get my recon in here. Damn it, that's another recon dead. 103B's going down. He's locking it down. Excellent. Oh, my 121's been completely repaired. Time to give the same courtesy to the other units here. I want you guys to fix up these. If we can get a command unit into that zone, that would really help. Unfortunately, I don't have that many. The ones that I do have are command infantry wheeled and a command tank. So holding on to these positions is going to be quite the challenge with the units that I have. We just need to start drip feeding them a bit. Bunch of Razvedka. So we can get these guys killed off. And yes, I probably pronounced that wrong again. Sue me. Let's see, the other infantry has arrived here. Let's drop them off there and get them walking. Ooh. Time for the Panzerskeeter to pull out the Carl Gustav. Unless the Canadian rifles beat me to it. That is probably a remainder of the Commandosi there. Yep. Those are Commandos. Couple units from the right, T-34 85s. That's an interesting choice of units right there. I think that even a 103B can kill that. Just need a bit more range on them. But not so much that I'm getting into range of the BMP-3. And we're looking at intense aircraft operations here, so let's bring in some more anti-air. Alright, infantry ready. Looks like Spect already captured it. Yep, Spect captured that zone. Let's bring in my command unit here. See if I can help him out on this end. Currently it's very shaky bringing in a command vehicle here. And they took out my 103B there. They took out my Panzerskeeter in the middle of the map. And yet again, we're taking significant cluster already. Come on guys, move up. Amos have arrived on the field. These guys are empty. Start your long trek home. These are still alright, so let's resupply the Patriot. Spect is making a hell of a push here. He's facing T-80As at this stage. Which is not too bad yet. There's the KTs. There's the Ranico. See if the autocannons at this range can help out. 121. Time to kill some transports. Come on, buddy. Looks like Spect smokescreen is already in effect. Firing mortars. And yet another arty salvo comes in. How are his mortars doing? Alright, looking good on ammunition supplies there. Hoping that my mortars can soften up the rest of these infantry units here. And my command infantry is still standing by. I could try walking them over there. Because at the moment they're not doing anybody any good. So let's see if we can get these points here. 121 is still trying to get a lock on. There's a couple of Ranico survivors. Not anymore. Send in some more infantry here. That's another transport dead. Oh, they secured Echo. Let's see if we can counter-cap that. Getting awful close to the enemy infantry here. Hoping the 121 can survive, at least for a little bit. BMP-3 3 coming in right flank. A whole bunch of units are coming in right flank. Come on, a bit more. We need the points. Holding. Neutralized. Alright. Left flank looks secure. Or at least secure enough. That is bad news. Echo secure? Yeah, we immediately get already raining down on this position, of course. Time to start moving. Actually, start moving to where they were firing. Chase splashes. Hold. That was awful close. That's going to be interesting. Spect lost his command unit here. Let's bring in a command tank, see if we can help him out. Capture this area again. Infantry so far has taken quite a bit of mortar fire, but has not been hit yet. That's about to change. Let's deal with these guys. Yep, they got him. And now they're getting a +1 again. So he has a Challenger 1 on the way, a couple of them. On a map like this, you really need to be very, very careful with the amount of changes to resupply lines that you're getting. Because you might expect your units to come in from here, and they are likely not to listen to those orders every once in a while and just take a different route. One that you might not be expecting. Okay, that could have gone worse. Panzerskeeter ready. Let's see that range 1900. I might be able to side shot some stuff here. Bring these guns to bear. Command tank arriving. We're dealing with the Mi-4V. There we go, he's down. They are not, however, very capable of dealing with a T-72B1. So let's get another super heavy here. I did send a command or an ATGM helo this way, but apparently it did not quite survive. And that is probably why. Nicholas. Need to stop that +1 that they have. Need to be quick about it. So let's park the command tank in this tree line. MTLBV coming in. Can't have that. Off you go. Good man. Right, what else do we have? Looks like another fast transport. BTR 70 Jalo, yep. Alright, so we have control of the zone again. Now let's see if we can coordinate our assaults on Echo. Unfortunately, my anti-tank aircraft are absolute shit. So I don't have any in this deck. That's a potential weakness. A potentially very sizable weakness. Counter kill there. Let's get the 103D to patch this hole for the moment. Not sure why he's smoking my tank, but apparently he's worried about it. Come here. Get him. Missed. Aim again. Buddy, you may not want to drive right through the front line if you want to live. Tank's now taking quite a battering here. Come on. Shit, they got it. They're making good use of Artie. Gotta compliment them on that. I have a lot of points here, so let's bring in an aircraft, because they seem to be bringing in a ton of theirs. It's an Avia, SU-22, plenty of aircraft. We can get kill on one of them, that would be wonderful. There's one. They got a Hawk, and this must be their counter. There we go, 913. So far the Gripen managed to dodge everything. There's a hit. Alright. Let's see if these guys have any ideas on where we need to be pushing so we can at least coordinate. Keep grinding, yeah. I was afraid you'd say that. I want to bring in another command infantry here. See if these mortars can deal with the infantry that they have firing at these Highlanders. So far, so good. Get the amphibials out of here. They're only at 76 points so far, so we're still perfectly fine. There's another empty amphibial. Come on, keep moving. Take on some missiles here. I don't like these at all. Razvedka on that end can only be trouble. And these BMP-3s, with all the open terrain that they have, are having an awesome time playing around here. So I want to make sure that these guys don't get the chance to do that. Shit, they got the RBS. Oh, we got a command Humvee from Spect. Nice. In that case, let's not send out the command infantry just yet. Yes, he is. He seems to be low on infantry. But I don't want to get too spread out. If I spread myself too thin, especially my attention, not so much my units, but my attention, then it's going to get really tough to keep an eye on everything on the what's going on the map. So I don't want to do that too much. Spect is getting his rangers into a position to deal with the infantry. We already have an Mi-2 here. That's worrying. Kill these guys off. There's the IKV 105s and there's the BMPs. BMPs firing AGGMs, you're firing a standard kinetic weapon. These AGGMs are slightly faster, but they need line of sight. Which means you might be out of AGGMs by now. Let's get the Arty to help out. The CV here is getting neutralized. And killed off. So time to rush in the command vehicle here. Yeah, unfortunately I don't really have any long-range guns other than the Buchan, which is rather expensive. Expect now that I'm bringing on that. Oh, Panzerskeet, not a good moment to push just yet, guys. Fortunately, they got the STRV 121 there. See, this is what I mean. I'm bringing units all over the map, and I'm getting awfully distracted by trying to micromanage all of these units. At this point, they already have a +2, and I think the battle is pretty much over. Because they can not only go at this 121 right from the front, but also from the sides. And my tanks are not exactly safe here. Not with the amount of firepower that's being brought on them by the Motostrelki. So yeah, if you're feeling ever bad about your own gameplay, then just have a look at mine. And you're fine. Looks like Spect has had it with the amount of artillery fire that he's been taking. And hopefully we can at least buy ourselves some time by forcing the focus on that area, but this is not looking good. 121 is still alive, but yeah, he's calling it. We are basically done here. I'm gonna kill that command vehicle, get a +3. I don't see a way to push back here yet. I don't see a way to flank here because they still have the BMPs in that position. They may have made a lot of use of artillery, but they definitely got the game. So well done to them. Now, let's see about my kill-death ratio. Because I doubt that it'll be pretty. Unfortunately, I might not be able to see it. Yeah, not so much. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that display of shitty gameplay from my end. So you know that I really am not as good at the game as you might be thinking I am. I'm rather good at commenting, or so I've been told by you guys. I'm not that good at actually playing the game myself. So, if the battle is not going too well for you, then just consider that I'm not doing too well either at the game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. And I just... this was a bit of gameplay to basically show you that everything is not as good or as bad as you might make it out to be. So, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments, and I'll see you soon for more videos.